Hey viewers, welcome to another game as the Casual Pro Gamer. This is game number 2 between AcerBly as the Zerg in the top right and GosWser as the Zerg in the bottom left. So once again cross positions here, which means a bit of a larger distance between the two. And that means that we may actually see some fast hatcheries again. So last time there was a difference between the two. I'm not going to spoil what actually happened, but there was a difference between the two, and the fast expand actually came out ahead in that. So yeah, we are going to see a fast wow, oh no, that's just an extractor trick. Okay, yeah, we do see the early spawning pool here, where we see probably the early expand over here, because otherwise there would have been a spawning pool out already. And he has very little drones here, I should say. But yeah, he is going for the extractor trick as well, but only 11 out of, well, 11 drones instead of 14 that he could have had. So he's probably going for some kind of rush, making sure that he has the minerals available, and well, he gets the Overlord here to get some extra supply. So he will actually be able to build a bunch of Zerglings, and there you go. The Zerglings are built, and the Zerglings are going to try to rush in and take down this expansion, as well as, well, all of the drones, well, mainly all of the drones. And because of the expansion here, there is no spawning pool up yet. So the spawning pool is really late compared to, well, what's happening here. And the Overlord is coming in. It is going to spot these Zerglings, and hopefully he will be able to do something against that. But yeah, the Zerglings are moving in. Of course, they will get reinforced by some more Zerglings. He has several Zerglings coming out, 4 now underway and 2 more being produced. So let's see if they can actually get something done, because the spawning pool is still not done. So this should be very easy to just kill, because as you can see, well, he has 6 Zerglings and, well, 6 more coming up. So yeah, he has 12 Zerglings that are going up against a spawning pool that's not even completed. And wow, actually finishing that hatchery, that is going to cost him, because this hatchery is going to go down. But I guess he wants that to he wants to keep that there, because, well, the fact that he's kind of hammering on that that hatchery means extra time to produce Zerglings, and there are some Zerglings out now. He is going to defend his main base here, it seems, although he did lose 2 Zerglings in the fray, and yeah, kind of lost those in the group of red Zerglings, and that means he's going to not be fine at all. So yeah, the hatchery finally gets picked off, and that means that, well, he does lose 300 minerals, but he does defend his base here. And wow, I don't think that was actually necessarily worth it. Although it is great, of course, to have that, but he doesn't have a hatchery up himself. He does have quite a big investment in these Zerglings, because he lost quite a few drones because of that. Well, the ability to produce the drones. But yeah, it is now 1 base versus 1 base, so assuming that the armies pretty much are equal at this point, which they are, a little bit more of an investment for our blue player here, but he should be fine. Yeah, he did get to produce a couple more units from this hatchery, because, well, it wasn't taken down. He left it at a few HP, and that was, of course, no good. So all of the Zerglings sitting at this watchtower, no, tower I should say, because they're not called Zelnaga towers. And yeah, not really doing anything there. Can't really move in, because there are too many Zerglings over here. And wow, they made an actual supply depot here. That is surprising, because the supply, well, the unbuildable terrain on the bottom of these ramps is there, so that Protoss cannot cheese their opponents. And now they can again. So the blue Zerglings outnumber the red Zerglings at this point, and we will have to see if that actually, well, matters. because they are going to come in, and I'm looking for defenses. There are some banelings coming out, and we will not see them. The banelings are going to come out for the enemy as well. And are we going to suicide in there? Wow, nicely done. And could have actually picked off those banelings as well, because the moment they spawn, you can destroy them. And wow, yeah, you don't want to detonate on baneling cocoons, because they take less damage. And wow, the red player just still aggressive, even though he has no right to do so, because, well, he is behind at this moment. He is behind in everything, except for the fact that he has a second base up, but that is not going to kick in until much, much later. The lost base for the blue player, of course, well, major setback, and especially because, well, he didn't get anything back for that. But I guess the red player wants to pressure that advantage. I'm not actually sure it's there though, because, well, he did have a larger army for now. Obviously, he's going to eventually have a bigger army. So he now has a bigger economy, and wow, all of the drones are all going to go down in this base. And yeah, most of the Zerglings go down, but he does control his remaining ones pretty well. And he's going to see that nothing is coming up, no Spire or anything like that, no Roach Warren. And so, well, the last remaining Zergling is going to go back. A little bit too aggressive from our red player here, but he does have, well, the control over this mineral line, or he did have that. He destroyed everything there, and he does have a fully loaded base. Well, it's not entirely fully loaded, I guess. But he has 10 drones mining on his own base versus 0 on the enemy base. And that is, of course, always good. So, Baneling going to get picked off and losing 2 Zerglings to it anyway. Because obviously, if you take down a Baneling, it will still explode. It will just not explode at the point where you want it to explode. But it will still do the damage to Zerglings. That is why they're so good. Because you basically can't really get rid of them. So, Spinecrawler coming out. The Spinecrawler should help enough to defend against this, because, well, our Zerg player, our red Zerg player, he is, yeah, still being mighty aggressive, even though I'm not actually sure that is the wisest choice. Wow, losing so many banelings here. Well, it's actually a 4 versus 3 trade or something like that. But none of the banelings actually get to kill the drones. But here come the Zerglings. The Zerglings should be able to do this, yes, and there they deliver the banelings, and the banelings just mop it up. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, that is this one. Oh, come on. There you go. Worker supply, that's not the one I wanted. This is the one I wanted. 16 workers killed by the red player versus 0 for the blue player. And yeah, that's going to make a big difference. So red player definitely ahead after that attack, but he still has to watch out because his army is kind of all over the place, and he's still losing a lot of Zerglings to just random attacks. Of course, Zerglings don't really matter too much because they're only minerals, and they're not a whole lot of minerals, but still, yeah, you want to be a little bit careful with losing too many of them, because your opponent is going to have a much bigger army if you lose them to banelings and such. And oh, the banelings are going to get attacked by the enemy banelings, but is it enough? The queen is going to pick off quite a few of them, but the rest is going to suicide on the drones. And only 2 drones go down though. There's a third one, but that was not really worth it, well, money wise. It is, however, very annoying to deal with. 21 workers killed now. So I guess it was a little more than the 3 I saw. It was actually 5, I believe. Yeah, we are going in now with the blue player. So really, the red player putting on the pressure the entire game and now going for roaches making sure that those banelings and zerglings are not as effective as they could be, because the roaches actually have 1 armor, which makes that the zerglings do 1 less damage. That is the way armor works in this game. And 1 less damage on 5 or 5 total damage that you do, yeah, that is going to take your damage down by 20%, and that is a lot. That is a whole lot. So 20% damage reduction just because she went for another unit, and yeah, that unit also has way more HP and a better attack. So we are coming in here. The roaches are going to move forward. They're slow, but they will still get the job done. And here we go. We are getting... No, we're not getting anything done. He tried to attack with small units against the bigger units, and normally that doesn't really work out. So banelings going to try to come in. Banelings actually suiciding on the spine crawlers, because the spine crawlers will go down pretty easily with them. And are we going to be good enough? Oh, so many banelings detonating on top of each other, and we are going to yeah, GG out of here, because this was a complete break. The switch to roaches was really good. There was nothing coming up to actually deal with that. So very nicely played by our red player this time, which makes the match 1-1, and I hope to see you in game number 3. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.